So recently there was basically a development publisher email advertising Arms of God here. I initially dismissed it because essentially this looks like another Survivors clone, but you know, it does seem to have fairly good graphics and well, they're actually advertising it, which is actually something you usually see for Survivors clones in emails, so maybe it's got something to it. So why not? We'll jump into it, give it a try. And let's let it go from there for the most part. So, your weapon automatically target and fire at nearby enemies. That's, very standard. Focus on movement and survival. The system handles the aiming for you. So, aiming mode, you have it auto and cone. So, your weapon is fired automatically in a cone-shaped area. You only control the direction of the cone. Great for directed focus burst while staying mobile. So, best if you have bosses, if that's the thing in this game. Manual, use your right stick or the mouse to aim your mounting weapon, like in a twin-stick shooter. The remaining 4 weapons on your back will fire automatically when enemies are in range. Perfect for players who want precision without losing firepower. So, you got no precision, a little bit of precision, lots of precision, auto. Weapon cooldowns. Let's see here. I guess this is basically so you can see when they're basically on cooldown. So, all right, I might keep that on. And you can change these settings at any time. I don't know if you can actually do it in the game itself, but whatever.
It is time. The weapon is ready. Templar, fulfill your sacred duty. Rebuild our order and stop the apocalypse.
Alright, well there's our intro. So yeah, this is a demo version. Doesn't represent final quality, but just from the cinematics, it seems to be pretty good quality so far. You cannot receive permanent blessings while your fuel remains in the hands of the band. The sacred place must be reclaimed and purified. So let's start the crusade. But let's see here. First things first, we got ourselves, adjustable sound, video over here, window full screen. We want this on full screen. Quality is Uber currently, anti-alias, VSync, all this other stuff is here. Yeah, there's in a sense you can change aiming modes and weapon cooldowns and stuff like that. This might be for Twitch, but who knows? Alright, that's interesting. That's the credit button basically up there. Honestly, this button reminds me of looking for friends to button. I'm not sure if multiplayer is a thing for this game, but that seems like the wrong button to basically have right there. Discord, Steam.
It is time. The weapon is. It is time.
So you can skip this if you want. Maybe that's stats. I have no idea. It might be opening something up in the. Oh, so you can basically do surveys. So okay, we got ourselves surveys. It's fine. We're all okay with surveys, but that's something I'll do right after. Start crusade. So Act 1, in the shadow of the ruins. The world burns and its ruins stand silent, awaiting final judgment. As the apocalypse consumes the land, only faith, fortune, and fires of battle remains. The Templar sets out on a mission with a clear purpose: to find the source of destruction and fulfill the will of the Order. So, just to throw it out there to developers, if you're actually watching this is really hard to read on the background, so that could be improved. So we got ourselves our Templars here. So we got Character Warden, Character Spectre, Character Adjudicator. This guy's got less range, but he's got dodge. This guy's got less fire and electrical damage, but he's got a blink. And he's got increased holy damage, this guy right here. This guy basically has the most health, but his HP rate is apparently lower. HP delay is the same. Apparently, it's a little bit faster, this guy here, the Adjudicator. Melee damage is up, range damage is down. So, this is like our, tanker. And you choose your main weapon, interesting. So, with swift and practice motion, Warden evades incoming attacks, revision, effortlessly strike or escape. Spectre vanishes and instantly appears in an location, leaving behind a trail of holy light or charge. Basically, this guy's like charging into forward, I guess. Let's get this guy. Melee weapon, ranged weapons. So basically, like, choose what weapon ways you want to start with. Recharger cutter, sniper rifle, magnum, flare cannon. Heaven's Wrath, flare cannon. Vortex melee range weapon. There's only like a few melee weapons to start off with, which is interesting, but whatever, it's fine. I think we want to stagger them, so let's take them all, because, that's what he's basically got here anyways. WSAD to basically move around. Space is probably my, whatever. Alright, inputs. Move your character and use an active skill during which you are invulnerable. Attacks are triggered automatically when enemies are coming in range of a weapon. So I'll be a little bit away from these guys because they seem to instantly attack you. What's this? Did I die or what happened there? Sacrifice increases collected souls to purchase weapon upgrades. Global characters upgrades new weapons and navigate using QQQQQ space. You can hold up to 5 weapons at a time. Purchase 1 available weapons. Okay. Each weapon can be attached to another weapon or add to a new arm. You can switch to mission categories using E. I'm not sure what happened there. Did I just level up or what happened? I have no idea. Collect souls represented by glowing orbs. Any souls left behind will be consumed by the crux. Oh, I see it's got a timer on it. I didn't realize there was a timer on the crooks here, so whatever. I thought this might be a tower defense type of game, but no, we're basically just like, just surviving, and that just tells us like how long we have to be here, I guess. And it collects the souls. All statistics that have a global impact on your character and all weapons. Blessing modify character stats and globally affect all weapons. Purchase 1 of them. So, increase health points, increase holy damage, increase HP steel. Increase, like, fire damage. Let's just add that. I wonder if I can have like 2 malls or anything like that. Why not? 2 malls. Crusades, we'll start the crusade. Oh yeah, by the way, this is really inspired by Doom and Diablo and stuff like that, so... Alright, what's this do? That gives me HP steel, apparently? Okay. Okay, now we got some ranged guys. I'm not saying it's getting longer and longer to stay alive, so that's maybe the gimmick here. Just like, you know... Oh, there's a chest over there, apparently. Interesting. Alright, enhance individual weapons by adding special upgrades like adding projectiles enabling them to bounce off enemies. So, you know, electric bullets, incendiary bullets, steel chamber, mega grip. And only like affects certain stuff, right? So let's get all that. Put that here. This thing doesn't do fire damage, I guess, so... Maybe we'll get that. There's a write-up for this guy right here, by the way. Alright, almost a minute now. So we got ourselves some dodge. There's a chest. So we got some silver. Wonder what you use silver for. Is that my money? That's my charge. It looks like it's basically directional. I can see why you probably don't want to have all your cooldowns basically listed, by the way, because, like, you know, when you have them all listed like this, it basically makes it so that, like, you know, it's hard to see when your basically dodge is going to activate and stuff. Alright, let's see here. What it does for me, whatever. Let's get the grenade launcher. So, combine weapons. Weapons can be combined by inserting one into another. Upon immersion, the combined weapon is lost and some of its stats will not be transferred. So I could attach it to, like, you know, other stuff. You can sell it if you want to as well. Let's get that maybe. Alright, we're on a bridge. That's interesting. I don't like the fact that my hammer's swinging at, all at once like this, but, whatever. So apparently my charge stuns stuff when I run through it. Good to know. Money. More range. I kind of wish, by the way, as well, that I had, like, multiple, like, multiple, like, dashes and stuff like that, but whatever. Now, I wonder just saying, like, penalty for, like, letting, like, my crux basically, like, take all the souls, or, if I should be letting it take souls. Really don't know. Convert into weapon upgrade. Can I get more range with my hammer? That'd be cool. Okay, let's just try this. We're going to try and attach this to here. That's a blessing. Let's get this here. So there's basically a crate nearby. Okay, so this basically tells you what we're basically up against. I mean, it's a very well done looking like Survivor's League game, so... There's some coins. Experience gain, very nice. Health regeneration activates a few seconds after the last hit received. Its value depends on the character's statistic. So I'm taking some hits here. I do like the fact this is like not like, a game that like, emphasizes like avoiding getting damage. You basically do want to like, get into the fray a little bit. And I can see where like targeting your attacks because it's important, where you want to like hit the big guys, for example, here. Alright, that's cool. It's different. I'll take this. That looks like a weapon. I'll note that it, it really should be like, weapon upgrade, blessing, like written on top here, so not really confusing what basically everything is, basically is. But, With time, you probably figure that out, so it's, you know, okay. Yeah, we'll get that. We're in the burned chapel now. Whoops, I'm getting caught up in a debris here a little bit. So the structural terrain is a thing here. I can't even see where, like, the, you know, the shrine thing we see is, so it might not be around this one. There it is. Critical chance. Okay, I'm getting really hurt here. That's my HP coming back a little bit. Well, it came back, so it's fine. Let's get that. Yeah, I'm not even carrying like what I'm basically getting here, but whatever. I'm guessing this is our silver, by the way, so... There's the shrine. There's the chest. Okay, we got some dodge. Or like just like buffs like being inside the crucifix or anything like that, because that'd be interesting as like a mechanic, I guess, but... Ooh, I took some clobbers there. Oh, we're kneeling and reading a book, apparently. Interesting. Let's get this. Let's get the rarity find, maybe. Who knows? Oh, that sounds useful. We'll get that. Okay, we're up to 1.5 minutes now. There's some dodge. I'm almost tempted to let myself die, but I'm preferring, like, you know, not to do that right away, so... And I might just do it naturally by the looks of it here, so... Yeah, I think I need to get experience, right? So I'm charging basically in to sort of get the experience. Read my book. Now, something I actually would like in this like menu is like, you know, the ability to go into settings and perhaps like, you know, edit, like, you know, stuff that's basically happening, but whatever. We'll get that. At least I got it here, so we're just going to turn off, you know, this because I don't really need it, I don't think. It might make sense to put my aiming on, like, you know, all in a cone. Okay, now I got telegraph attacks and stuff. Oh, there we go. So Judicator level 1. There's the demons to kill, everything else. There's my score. You can't receive permanent blessings while the cleave remains in the hands of dance. Basically, you have to do that basically first before you get anything done. And you can't do anything else until you probably get through Act 1 here as well. So there's that too. Let's take this guy. We're going to go for a more ranged type of thing, I think. Is there like spread or anything like that, I wonder? I guess we'll take the machine gun. Alright, move your character and use active skill during blah blah. Oh, this is a machine gun? Okay, first things first, I'll put this in auto because, you know, we don't need to be like, you know, Now what happens if I press space? I just go somewhere. Now unlike the melee weapon, this is like a little bit slower, I guess, so there's that to keep in mind. I forgot to silver. Yeah, I don't know about this. So I get more weapons. Let's get the shotgun. Okay, more attack speed is nice. Yeah, I don't think you stagger anything with this guy, so... Blah blah, hero stats, blessings. This is probably very useful. We're just gonna get some blessings, that's fine. Now I will let the maps look very similar, so... Well, it doesn't really matter for survivors, I don't think, but whatever. There's no procedural direction, that sort of sense, basically. Some more armor. And there we go. The shotgun doesn't need a whole lot of range, so it's fine. Let's get this. We'll get that. I wonder what the little, like, you know, skill on my, like, HP bar base means, but whatever. Why not? We'll get a sniper rifle. Why not? We'll get at least one melee weapon. I don't need HP steal, but okay. Thank you. Collect all the souls I can. Alright, momentum engine. Each skill increases weapon speed by 4% until end of wave. Let's get this, make my machine gun actual machine gun. HP steal is cool, but I think HP regen is a whole lot better, so we'll get that. Apparently I did get HP steal in this thing, but that's fine. There we go, experience gain. There goes my experience gain, but oh well. You know, one of like silver is basically like, you know, used for permanent upgrades. And like, you know, souls are basically my currency for like, you know, the current run. More HP is definitely welcome. Let's make you better. Autocannon. Well, whatever. I thought you might be able to upgrade this, but maybe your, you know, main cannon over here that gets upgrade only. Let's get going. Back in the church. There's the chest. There's a shrine. I'll note that the, you know, dynamics of like these like barriers make a game really unforgiving in places like this with like, you know, obstacles and such. But whatever, it's fine, you know. The game's easy enough, I don't think you have to worry about too much. Multi-shock coil. Bounces and critical hit, max 4 times. Might as well keep upgrading the main weapon, right? Right, you know, right? So might look at that. I don't think there's a bounce on this, is there? Or, you know, was, but whatever. I have to say, this is definitely, you know, something very odd for me. I'm gonna have to recommend it just like Survivor's Clone for people to play if they're looking for a Survivor's Clone, I think. So I think the developers have actually done well enough for that purpose, so congrats. It looks nice. It has like a little bit of like, you know, depth to like, its mechanics. And of course, range is just the way to go for the most part. I finally got injured enough the health regeneration kicked in. Like, you know, the actual, like, you know, tooltip about it. Probably don't need that, but whatever. Ranged weapon. Let's upgrade that a little bit more. Refresh here a little bit. Why not? Now where's the shrine, I wonder? There it is. Why are just killing him so fast, you just don't care. Just resource collection at this point. By the way, I assume size matters for, like, you know, the souls here, so... Do. Just keep on, you know, tack on weapons to my sword here. Oops, that's a blessing, not a upgrade, but whatever. We'll take that. I actually should have taken the HP buff, but whatever. We'll steal XP if I need it. Okay, I died here last time, so... we'll try not to die this time. Oh, I didn't mean to hit there. There's the shrine. You know, what was supposed to get hit after, like, you know, you win. Sure, we'll take it. Why not? I'm gonna have a lot of HP steal, I think. Oh yeah, look at that, 15.1%, so... hooray. There's a shrine. More HP steal, why not? You know, I will say it would be nice if the demons were a little more colorful. Like maybe you have like pink guys or purple guys, or you know, just more colors to sort of like, you know, help differentiate, like, you know, what these guys are. Besides like this, like, you know, this guy's bigger, this guy is like, you know, a sword. Didn't really get my souls that time, but well, whatever, it's fine. I'll take speed. I did enough, you know, damage. I think I can take that. A mine launcher. We'll try that. Combine weapons, you know, blah blah, I've already seen it. Sure, we'll take that. We'll make the shotgun nice and rangy, because why not? Now I will note that's kind of interesting how like everything's like a wave, like, you know, usually like you have like 50 minutes like this non-stop action on one single screen. This is like, you know, multiple screens with like really small battles, which is different. Not bad, it's just different. There's the chest. Is there a shrine somewhere? Did I see the shrine yet? There's the shrine. More resources. Gotta collect it all. That's a pretty good haul. Why not? More range than a shotgun. Sure. Why not? You can take this. Sure, why not? You can take that. Okay, we're nearing the end. 13, 14, 15, 3 levels to go. We got some dodge. You know, I'm almost like, you know, feeling like I could just stay in one place, but then there's like the artillery units, so, you know, you really can't. Which is probably a good thing. Again, it sucks I can't phase through trees and stuff like that. Maybe there's going to be like an upgrade later on, but, you know. I heal so fast. I just have to be careful of taking, you know, not taking too much damage at once. But yeah, I heal very fast. Sure. Not really trying to stagger with that, I guess, so we'll take this, we'll take that. Okay. You're not electric. Let's even unlock the cathedral so we can see what, you know, the permanent upgrades basically look like, so to speak. Critical chance, not bad. There's the chest. Fire, fire, fire. Jamming music, you know? A little bit weak on the currency game, but whatever. Let's get this. Get this. Why not? You can take this. Alright, the cathedral. The demon stands before the entrance, the guardian of the ritual that the abbey began. Its body burns with the same power that consumed black water to enter the cathedral and confront the truth. I must destroy it. The Doom Herald. Where is he? There he is. I assume I have to kill this guy, by the way, not, like, you know, survive him, so... Is there any shrines in this one? Maybe not. Oh, there we go. More damage. There's a chest. Alright, I need to actually, like, you know, somewhat aim at this guy, so... Yeah, he dodged. Kill off some of his ads here a little bit. Where is he? There he is. I wish my dodge was a little bit better. Like, you know, the actual manual dodge. Alright, there we go. Pursuit complete. Spectre level 1. Mercy Act 2 is unlocked. So, this is the Cathedral, the Templar's Hub. From now on, you can start rebuilding new structures that offer very simple upgrades. Start by rebuilding the statue, which grants permanent passive enhancements to your character. So statue, blah blah, rebuild, unlock upgrade. Each building offers a different type of unlock. Unlock the crux invocation to harness the power of the cross during the combat. So the mod's been locked. I increase my HP a little bit if I want. So this is locked in demo, locked in demo, locked in demo, locked in demo, locked in demo. But here's our permanent upgrades basically happening. So I can get this if I want. More like, you know, more damage. More attack speed, you know, critical chance. Attack speed down here. Basically, it's all the, you know, the usual stuff you usually find in some games, right? So we can start to Crusade again if I want to, but we're not going to. So that was Arms of God. I'll do like the, you know, little survey in a moment, but you know, hope you guys basically enjoyed a quick, like, you know, playthrough, and take care.